my CD biography. Knowing that each human that listens to music will come away with their own views and likes and emotions, I just wanted to talk about my intentions as the creator of said music. To me, the most important aspect of creating music is phrasing and melody, which is on my mind with each note and choice. I look at the instrumental guitar as a roller coaster. It should take you places, ups, downs, twists and turns, but still come back to a safe start before going somewhere new. Key changes, technique, licks, tempo, etc. is how to take you on a sonic ride. Sometimes it's the big coaster, sometimes it's a lazy river or a theme ride. Next, I think of a piece of music as a work of multimedia art or painting. What size canvas? White, black, gray starting background? What style is the song? Key, tempo, subject to the artwork, melody or main riff. The colors on my palette are key changes, techniques, modes, arpeggios, tones, amps, or effects, painting them in to make a complete, fully developed painting that is pleasing to look at or listen to. Then you add a drummer, bass player, sound mixer, guest solos, adding to it to bring it off the canvas and adding dimension or depth. The songs on this CD came from years of non-playing. I'd pick up the guitar from time to time and come up with a lick or a chord progression, cool key change idea, and record it on my phone and forget about it. Over the years, I have lots of these, and when I knew I wanted to record, I went through them, hearing them all again anew. I took an idea into the studio, and on day one, came up with the chorus or repeat theme, main melody, rhythm, chords, and multiple key changes. Day two, I recorded all the lead guitar, improvising everything except the melodies. Then I'd send to the drummer Charlie Zellini, then bass to James Pulley, guest solos if it had one, and after all songs were in, I sent to my mixer, legendary Billy Decker. So that's a little about the process. The opening track is a parody of the theme song from the 1968 movie Romeo and Juliet. I've had this in my head since the 90s, but never knew what to do with it. But after Jeff Beck died, I made it a tribute to him. He was the most dynamic and romantic guitarist, in my opinion. I played the guitar in a way that gave tribute to him. Track 2 was always to be a pure shred fest. I love juxtaposition, and since Romeo is gone, then the shredders will rejoice. Michelangelo Bedio graciously agreed to play the second solo, and I knew what he was going to bring. So I stayed away from licks that would be similar, and also tried not to sound like others like Malmsteen in my solo. It's a lot of key changes throughout. Even while staying on A, it's a Locrian, A minor, A Lydian, etc. The solos are all in harmonic minor as a 3-4-2 progression, changing keys 3 times. It's 150 beats per minute, so it moves. Track 3, again with the juxtaposition, a bitter cold drops everything down to a clean tone, using picking and two-handed tapping to paint this piece. I had Billy mix it to sound like I was playing in a room with ice walls. Track 4, Let's Go, was a montage of several ideas I had. To put them together, I had to change tempo after the intro and back again at the outro, which is symmetrical in concept. The main body is a heavy groove, repeating the minor arpeggio theme 3 times with a solo with multiple key changes between each. I had all the band members, including Bumblefoot, record the Let's Go, which came from today's youth screaming it when in competition. Bumblefoot was the greatest, and blessings to collaborate with him. Track 5, Smiley Face Emoji, was different for me. I challenged myself to write a song all in major and only using the 5-note major pentatonic scale. I had to come up with ways to change keys over 30 times to not sound stale, and by using the major 7 and walking up or down to the next key was the trick. Of course, major is happy, and it made me smile. I envisioned the listener with a smiley-faced emoji head, which you'll see in the music video. I've done a lot of sound editing in the last few years, and the intro lick to track 6 put me in a space-type mood. So I went with it, using sound effects and keyboard to give the impression of a robot and spaceship. Starts and runs, but then dies, gets started again and goes into hyperspace, breaking down again at the end. Hence a bucket of bolts. I used the octave wah and augmented chords with whole tone scale to get that space feel. Lots of key changes for each change in movement of the ship. My brother took the track and created an awesome video using AI images, 3D animation, and live performance, and came up with a storyline to read like a graphic novel. The title track, Jaded, has over 70 key changes, and it rotates between major and harmonic minor, every measure in the intro rhythm, and every 8 beats in the chorus and solo sections. The two scales they have 5 intervals in common, so I used those notes in the melody, and I used the other notes in the background to signal each tonal change. The dynamic of major followed by minor sounds like hope followed by doubt. Maybe I can love again, maybe not. Hence the name Jaded. A sense of hopelessness and indecision. Memoriam is the prelude to the last track, Upon Looking Back, both in the same key. The piano came from a score I did in a documentary, and I liked it and wanted to use it in an instrumental song. Short for In Memoriam, it was what I wanted to play while past loved ones appear on a huge screen, like at the Oscars, with the dates of their birth and death. So the guitars go simple, using the Sustainiac pickups for controlled feedback, using the volume pedal to strike the note while silent, panning into the note and feedback and vibrato. All feel, mood, emotion here, no flash. Again, in juxtaposition, the last track starts with a lick leading you into the track and tying together with the prior key. It's a major, thoughtful progression, meant to imply memories of the past, looking at old pictures and etc. For me, that's the 80s, using the keyboard adding those sounds to mimic 80s pop. Using a lot of octaves and sliding around the main melody, multiple changes before the minor vamp where Tony McAlpine plays a thick, gritty, and melodic solo. Thanks, Tony. Ending in a fade out with quicker chord changes, leaving you to want more. It took almost a year with all the pieces and players, photo shoots, video shoots, etc. Every aspect well planned out, from my outfits to changing parts on my guitar to go all white while cover pose, and using the greenstone jade to be in the lettering on the CD with the title carved out. So it's a lot of work, thoughtful planning, money of course, and time to create this CD, and I hope people can appreciate it and better yet, like listening to it. Thank you.